Hello, thanks for watching The Spiritual View. I'm Christina.
I'm Bisma.
I'm Christine.
And I'm Karleen. And today we're going to talk about manifestation. We're going to talk about a few things with manifestation, but the main thing about manifestation is creating an energy flow that amplifies your dreams and intentions into reality. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. And so we'd like to just discuss some of our favorite ways that we like to do that. So,
just kind of on a broader spectrum, that all of life is all about creating, and basically with creation there's also destruction. So it's kind of a cycle, and before you can reach for something, you kind of have to let go of what you have in your hand. So just know that the two go hand in hand.
what do you were talking about some cultural differences.
So just that a lot of different cultures have a lot of religions have rituals or customs that they do to help manifest. Prayer is one of them, right? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, just certain prayers, mantras. I feel like even repeating them, like a lot of people do mantras for 108 times, or certain prayers for a certain number of times. It's the same. It's the energy behind it, your intent behind it, of the prayer, the mantra, and that is manifesting. You're repeating it over and over, and you're putting that energy behind it, that feeling behind it. You truly have to feel it, believe it, have faith. People say have faith in it, know that it will happen, and that's manifesting. So that's just another way that people can.
So everything is energy, and if you put more energy behind a thought or a feeling, like attracts like, and so you will find those things being drawn to you. In the Chinese culture, I think there's a lot of symbols that have meaning that people put up everywhere during different times of the year to kind of bring in prosperity and fortune and good luck. So that's very much part of the culture, and I'm sure in many other cultures as well. So in manifestation, you want to have ways in which you take what it is you want to manifest and bring it more into the physical reality. And one way to do this is writing things down. I've always found that if I'm writing in a journal and I put down what I'm wishing for, if I read back years later, I'll look back and I'm like, oh wow, everything that I had put down, it came true. And it wasn't anything conscious that I did every day necessarily, but it was there. I put it in a physical form, and I think that has energy.
You're solidifying it in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know in Wiccan culture, they have a lot of ways in which they incorporate nature into the ritual of manifesting. And you talked a little bit about
that. I mean, I've always been really interested in angelic Wicca, just earth-based nature religion. I just feel very connected to it. I'm very connected to the lunar cycles. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to manifest different things in your life. There's, I'm just trying to think of where to start. There's personal rituals that you can do every day, kind of what we already do in general, grounding ourselves and setting our intention for the day, releasing energy, just getting clarity of your mind. That, and then also just rituals turning into spell work, if you're into magic and spell work, creating spell satchels or spell bottles that you can carry around. There's just in general, like you were saying with journaling and stuff, incorporating that with the lunar cycle. So a new moon would be new beginnings. You'd be reflecting inwards, and you would be discovering like what you truly want, what your true desire is, getting clarity on that intention, and then over the next cycle, taking steps to reach that intention with certainty and faith and trust that the universe is going to provide it for you. And then when the full moon comes around, manifesting the seeds that you've that you planted, and harvesting those dreams. So it's very in sync with the lunar cycle, and there's just even simple things like writing your intention on a bay leaf and burning it in a candle flame, and just that simple ritual. It's very simple. But the flames behind it, the fire, like the energy behind it, the intent behind it, like it directs that energy into where you want it to go, and it's very powerful.
And some people do that with candles. I think they put, you know, a wish or something they want to manifest into a candle, and every time they light it, it kind of like brings that energy closer.
You can write it down, and you can set it underneath the full moon. You can write your intentions down and set it under full moon. There's so many different things that you can do. Whatever, in crystal grids, whatever works for you. You know, people use crystal grids, and they have an intention, they charge the crystals, and they set them up on their grids. We've talked about that before in our previous video. You can do that. There's so many things that you can do, and it's just what you're called to and what works for you. So.
And I think there's certain crystals that lend themselves into being programmed a little bit better for manifesting, so you can search those out.
Yeah, I think it's also important to understand that if you're trying to manifest something, to do a lot of reflecting on what might be preventing you from achieving your goal. Maybe there's some releasing you need to do, like the card I just pulled in the last episode. Maybe there's some negative thought patterns around it still. Maybe there's some limiting beliefs. Maybe there's some trauma around it about, you know, some deep things that you could do some work on so that you can release it and really create a clear energetic slate so that you can manifest what you want more easily. So in the manifesting process, you can find that you can also have a lot of healing and deep personal work that you can do, just reflecting on why is it that you want it in the first place.
You gotta have patience too, because sometimes just because you set the intention doesn't mean the end of the lunar cycle or the end of the month or whatever it is that it's just gonna happen. It might take time, and you have to really be patient, and you have to really have faith that the universe is gonna provide what you want, that
Listen for your highest
good, and that your personal energy, you know, is gonna direct, and you're gonna manifest what you want. You just really have to be patient.
And you also have to be open, because it doesn't always come in the form that you expect it or that you imagine it. Some things definitely, you know, you have to just be open to the opportunities that pop up, and although it might not be exactly what you're wishing for, it could be the first step on that journey.
Yeah, and just like the daily, like if you were doing a daily meditating about it, that brings it into the forefront of your mind so that when opportunities do come, you can notice them more easily. You know, like you may be walking around blind to all these opportunities that are in front of you, but when you really hone in as to what it is that you want and why, then you can recognize when it's there and it's being presented to you as an option for you to do.
Yeah, really sit in the feeling of what it is that you want to manifest, because that feeling is what's going to carry the intention. And so
it's like the little string that you can pull that leads you to the actual event. So that has the same emotional impact.
I think it's really important.
Yeah, it's aligning yourself with that too. So if you want to manifest happiness, or if you want to be happy, well, putting that feeling behind it and aligning yourself with doing those things or thinking those things that make you happy. So you're just building more on that vibration, on that energy of being happy. So you're aligning yourself with it.
Yeah. So fake it till you make it.
Yeah, so like some popular some popular people and or movies, documentaries that are out there. You may have heard of The Secret. You may have heard of What the Bleep Do We Know? Is that what it's called? Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, same person, kind of.
Same spirit that's
There's a lot of different resources out there that are really good at explaining how to manifest, and there's a whole law of attraction behind it. There's like attracts like, so like if you are like, for the negative side, if you're a miserable person and you have negative thoughts all the time, you're probably only going to be able to see the world through that lens. So if you want happiness, sometimes faking it until you make it, not necessarily faking it, but finding out what it is that does make you happy, like you were saying, and putting yourself in a situation so that you can enjoy little bits of happiness here and there,
Even the
if
little
it's hard,
things.
like if you're suffering from depression, even if it's hard, putting yourself in those positions more frequently so that you can embody it more and attract more of it. A lot of the law of attraction stuff does talk about embodying the feeling of what it is that you want. Sometimes we think we want something, like we need that material item. Well, why do you need that material item? Because you think it's going to make you happy, or maybe there's something more behind why you want it. Really go into the depths of what it is about that thing you want that is different than you are now. So like, let's say you want to have a newer version of your car. Well, why? Why do you want that?
What is the feeling that's associated that you want to feel on a daily basis that's making you gravitate towards wanting a new car?
Like if it's centered around, oh, I want people to look at me differently.
Or safety? Or
Yeah, that may be coming from a limited belief. Like I believe that I need to have a nice car for people to like me. You know, it may take you to a deep place where you realize that you can do some deeper inner work about liking yourself for who you are. And maybe then you won't even need the car. You can embody that feeling without that item. So I think like writing down what you want and then really analyzing it, like analyzing why, is really important.
And you can make up your own rituals to go along with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a common theme we've talked about, like when we talk about spirit guides and how to channel and connect with your spirit guides. And the last episode we did divination tools, and it really comes down to what feels good for you. It might not be the same as other people, and that's totally fine. Whatever your energy needs, whatever your soul needs, is what you need to do. You need to find what works for you. It's part of your, you know, like your inner work. It's part of your growth, your spiritual growth, is to find what techniques work for you, what rituals work for you, what daily rituals work for you, and really just about discovering in yourself. And that brings so much power to manifesting, is personalizing your path, your journey.
Yeah, and one thing that I've learned is to be flexible with yourself. Sometimes you might resonate to, for example, tarot cards, or sometimes you might want to make a vision board, or you know, do mantras. So just be flexible with yourself and know that you're changing, your world is changing, and you're gonna, on your path, you're gonna probably come across so many different things in your life that you will resonate with, and it's just a part of your healing, your process, your learning process. So
Do we want to share like manifesting stories?
you can share a story.
I was just thinking it would be really fun to share, but I'm like, we didn't really think about it ahead of time. So we're on the spot, and I have to think about it for a second. But I think it would be fun because I know I have some really cool stories of things working out in a way that was like, I wouldn't have never thought about solving a problem in the way that it ended up solving itself. If anyone else can think of one before me, go ahead and share.
I am trying to think about that specifically. I mean, most of the stuff that I try to manifest is just more like having just clear intentions in general, because I have my I mean, it's happening right now. I have so many different things that I'm interested in that, you know, we just have dreams for ourselves, and it's sometimes easy to get caught up in the excitement of the possibilities of life. And so, manifesting is, for me, is just really important, with just the intention, just focusing on one thing at a time to really direct my energy so that I get the most out of it. You know, that's mostly what I use it for. So it's just simple things, you know, just small daily stuff. Just it's reminders for me, really.
I feel like I manifested this group.
I was just thinking that too. Yeah.
Because I mean, my husband and I moved to this, up here a year ago, and I was thinking, oh gosh, this kind of really draws me away from the group of people that I used to, hang out with who shared similar, interests. I was like, oh, give me some friends in the area who like get me on the energetic spiritual level. And so I definitely when I met you, and I was just like, okay, that's why I'm here to meet.
So even before the group happened, I had set the intention that, man, I want to meet other moms that have toddlers that are open to spirituality. And I started going to a psychic development class, and I met Christina and Bisma. And Christina was like saying that she has toddlers, and I was like, oh yeah. And we started talking about our kids, and then I think I mentioned my son's name, or you did, and we realized we have sons that have the same name. They're just spelled differently.
Yeah.
And it was just weird. And
I literally the night before was talking to my husband about, wanting to, same thing, find a group of people that I can just talk to about this stuff, gather with and just explore. And then the next day I went to class, and she comes up to me and says, I'm thinking about getting a group of people together. Would you like to do this? And I'm like, oh crap, really? So our thoughts are powerful because just that thought, and it just manifested into reality, so.
And then I had intuition behind it, like knowing that I'm going to meet someone this weekend that's going to be a fit.
Yeah.
And and we met. And it was like instant recognition. So it's like if it's there at the forefront, then it's just it's so obvious.
So it can be something simple like that, or it can be something bigger, like you want to create a business and it's going to take a little bit more planning and a little bit more time. Something like that's not going to happen overnight, and that's maybe where you would use the lunar cycle or a bigger ritual, personal ritual to manifest your dreams.
Looking at your limited beliefs.
Like the office space that I got, I wrote down, or I was really specific. Usually I like to be general when I want to attract something because I like to have more possibilities. But I really wanted specific things, and I wrote down a center that has other practitioners, ideally other moms, because I was only available one half of the day, and I didn't want to pay for an office space that's all day long, which most office spaces you have to pay for the whole day, and most of the day I can't work because my husband's at work and I have a toddler, so I wanted to be able to have a half day. And I also wanted to be able to have an event space that I could do classes in, and then at the end of it, I was just like, and I would really like to be able to walk there, but I live like in an industrial area, and I'm like, this is never going to happen. And then I found out there's a wellness center right across the street from where I live, and it's been there for 5 years, and they had an office space available, and it was like, and I also said that I wanted to be next to, I really like just next to nature, and it's beautiful. And I went there, and I was like, and I just knew, it was like every single thing on my list was checked, and I was like, I'm gonna get this place. I had no doubt in my mind that it wasn't gonna happen because it was like, I had ordered it. It's like I ordered at a restaurant. I want a burger that's medium well with French fries and tomatoes and anchovies. No, I would never do that. And then I got exactly what I wanted, and it was because I was really clear to the waitress about what I wanted.
Ask and you shall receive. The universe is there to help you. It's there to guide you. Let it help you. Put it out there. Our thoughts are powerful, so be careful about what you think about. But if you think about really positive things, like and you put the intention out in the universe, it'll happen.
And also being really grateful and appreciative of the things that you have manifested brings forth more manifestation also. So like if you can move into the, like as far as like the scale of like vibration, I feel like gratitude and appreciation is really high up there. I think maybe even higher than happiness and joy. And so if you can really step into recognizing when you are manifesting the things that you've put out there, and what Esther Hicks says, your vortex, which is in your like energetic space, it's floating out there, things that you wanted that you thought about 10 years ago are suddenly coming in, or sometimes instantly. If you can move into recognizing and appreciating what you get, I feel like it kind of speeds up the process of manifesting also.
Great. I agree. Well, and it being the new year, this is a great time, as everyone says, to have your goals and your desires and your dreams that you want to set for yourself for the year, and allow yourself to just be open and just be open to whatever the universe is going to throw at you, but then also to allow yourself to dream big and to not be afraid to manifest your dreams and to put those intentions out there, because you just never know.
Yeah.
So it's a great time
The
to
worst
start.
thing that can happen is that they come true. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's, it's a new year, so start with a fresh perspective and try something new. Yeah. So
Thanks for joining us.
thank you.
Thank you.